I worked 4 remote jobs and I got caught. I got bagged, I got. In May 2010, a headhunter tapped me for a job with AOL as a senior search engine optimization manager. I attended the interview with a jam-packed PowerPoint exported PDF presentation proposing how I would heavily market AOL magazines through our communities on social media. By then, I already had a lengthy track record of successfully promoting thousands of websites on Reddit, Dig, and StumbleUpon. These sites were social news aggregators that helped distribute articles, videos, and images throughout social networks, blogs, online magazines, radio, TV, and any form of media. With a little over 100 votes on undeniably hot content, you flooded the internet with your work. For instance, if you successfully promoted an article on Dig, the webpage would welcome thousands of unique visitors every minute. As a result, the article would secure thousands of Facebook likes, tweets, and other explicit signs of digital support on other social networks. At the interview with AOL, I shared dozens of case studies where I drove millions of unique visitors to magazines, articles, and videos using social networks. I also showed him the number of hyperlinks pointing back to those web pages. The hiring manager was impressed and surprised. He confessed that he never knew anybody who could regularly drive traffic and have thousands of links pointing to articles. The hiring manager rejected me for the position AOL called me about. However, the executive created a whole new role for me to fill working from home. Henceforth, my title was an SEO manager for external link building, or something like that. AOL cut me a check for more than $2,300 weekly to drive traffic and build links. Google gauges the quality and quantity of links that point back to your website to determine whether your web pages should appear on the first page of the search results. The Google algorithm called PageRank was the first search engine to elect, so to speak, websites at the top of search results through a democratic process. This way, Google can show websites that multiple people and organizations endorse. The standard is not limited to your self-promotion. It's not just you claiming you're epic. The algo publicizes you when several people vouch that you are a good quality source of information, entertainment, or anything to which people are paying attention. Ride with me. Let's say I sell snow tires. With my snow tires, you could drive up to the top of a glacier or mountain wrapped in Teflon soaked in grease. Suppose I publish a video of me performing that feat, which goes viral. Thousands of webmasters will point links to my video. As a result, when someone searches for the keyword best snow tires for driving on ice, those motivated buyers have a great chance of seeing my video at the top of the search results. Link building makes viral marketing valuable to someone who wants to put their website on page 1 of Google for targeted searches. And it's not easy to have other people publish links on their website that point back to yours. The content to which website authors link has to be of utmost value. Think about it. Webmasters will have to direct people off their website to something they know is better than anything they've produced. That's why businesses pay so much for link building and social media engagement. While I worked for AOL, I simultaneously worked as a writer for PBS, an internet marketing instructor for Media Bistro, and several other online publications. In addition, I was a contributor for the Huffington Post. I also helped the United States Department of Defense drive traffic to their web publications. Every week, I would file a report with my manager at AOL listing all of the stories I promoted and how much traffic each article welcomed. They got traffic and I got paid well for it. I regularly found the content in AOL's magazines that the communities on Dig, Reddit, and other social aggregators would love to consume. If a user liked a submission, she would vote for it and help promote it to the front page and other popular parts of the social news aggregators. As a result, I would send anywhere from 10,000 to hundreds of thousands of unique web visitors to each story in as little as 1 to 4 days. Around that time, infographics would regularly attract viral exposure. Infographics is another name for information graphics. In short, an infographic is like a brief research paper in visual form. Some designers have even turned their resumes into infographics. For instance, I developed and promoted an infographic for a satellite TV company based on the HBO series True Blood. The show featured vampires fighting against mind readers, witchers, and shapeshifters. I detailed the show's characters, superpowers, and the webpage on which I posted the graphic. Welcomed hundreds of thousands of unique visitors. Hundreds of websites also pointed hyperlinks to the webpage and the satellite company's website. In another campaign, I had Autoblog, an AOL magazine, post an infographic breaking down the science of traffic jams. I always generated similar results. Hundreds of thousands to millions of unique visitors and hundreds of backlinks pointing back to my employer's magazines. Hundreds of webmasters also pointed links to the website of the business that developed the infographic. In this case, a national radio station affiliate called me to interview the designers of this thing. Most marketers, myself included, when I build links one by one, have to reach out to each webmaster individually to get a link from his or her website. However, after distributing content through social networks, hundreds of other journalists, bloggers, and other website authors posted links to my viral articles. I would procure these links without making one phone call, sending an email, or sliding up into anyone's DM. Here's why web marketing is the best remote work you could perform. You get traffic from the social news website, you get traffic to the websites that point links at your content and the search engines once the algorithms see that you're the most linked platform on the block. Repeat after me, value. However, to perform this work for several companies, you still have to assemble your Avengers to launch a campaign. Peep it. I would have other marketers create infographics related to their clients' businesses, like in the examples I just told you about. Sometimes these marketers would pay me a fee. Then I would have AOL or another publication publish the infographic on one of their web pages. I would ensure that the publication would include an HTML code snippet that allowed other webmasters to post the infographic on their websites. The syntax is like the embed code that this YouTube video has in the video description below. You can copy that embed code and paste my YouTube video on your website with a couple of clicks of your mouse. The business benefits because when another website owner pastes that embed code onto her website, the code includes a hyperlink pointing back to the business. The business client has more links pointing back to it, so the organization's website would welcome more traffic from the search engines. In addition, since infographics were easy to promote, AOL or the publication that would post that infographic would welcome dozens to millions of unique visitors to their websites in a couple of days. That traffic generated advertising revenue and links pointing back to their magazines, leading to search traffic and traffic from other websites. It was a win-win-win-win situation. Now imagine me doing this multiple times a week for marketers, businesses, AOL, the Huffington Post, Adweek, and other publications. Everybody wants to cozy up to the homie. How did I get it done? Like I told you in my Get Paid to Do Nothing video, I hired multiple people to perform marketing and writing work on my behalf. I kept my cost low by hiring people from developing countries. Everything was coasting. I was getting paid 5 figures every month. I was kicking booty for all my employers and partners. In the immortal words of Killer Priest, I was judging wisely, as if nothing ever surprised me, lounging between 2 pillars of ivory. I was gorilla pressing Hulk Hogan over the top ropes every day. Then I got the call, or the email rather. In the fall of 2010, my supervisor booked me for a meeting. He linked me to some videos that I posted on my YouTube channel and website at the time. The videos were a bit vulgar.
So here we have Donnie Douche.
I used to joke around while demonstrating marketing case studies. I used too much profanity. I always joked about crackheads because they were among the funniest creatures I grew up around in Jamaica, Queens, New York City, and I peppered my jokes with a dash of politician porn. My videos helped me build an email list. I would write for various marketing publications, and when people visited my website, they would watch my videos and subscribe to my newsletter. It's like when I tell you to visit bit.ly/NeilRod so you can subscribe to our newsletter so I can send you the spreadsheet which lists links to information resources and application portals, 2 grants for everyone, and all kinds of resources so you can build, market, and operate your small business, and so you can learn how to work from home and develop any skill that will allow you to become anything you want to be. Through that newsletter, I always had organizations hiring me for remote jobs. I was doing great work for AOL, so I did not think my manager would sweat it. He asked me why I uploaded those videos. I told him that they helped me secure more work from various sources. He told me that I could not have those videos online if I was representing AOL. My manager was trying to groom me for a more permanent position with the organization. The executive told me I had a lot of opportunities for growth at AOL. Furthermore, he let me know he wanted my complete focus on my work with AOL. If I wanted to continue to work for AOL, I had to take those videos down. I've got to admit, his orders broke my heart. I thought the world was at a point where expressing yourself authentically would be applauded and not struck down. Follow your passion. I did not know what I did not know. I took about a day to decide whether I wanted to give up my $2,300 check. My family had recently welcomed my brand spanking new baby boy in February of that same year. I was not trying to lose that paper. I still had a lot of damage to do for AOL for my portfolio, and I loved working with mainstream publications. See, when you work for mainstream brands, you have a backstage pass to making friends in influential places. Everybody wants to get themselves or clients on mainstream publications like AOL, Adweek, Billboard, PBS, and Forbes. The ability to publish something on one of these publications is like owning hotels on Boardwalk and Park Place on a Monopoly board. Moreover, mainstream magazines are easier to promote on social media. It's our secret. Never teach the raw tang. So I told him he had my commitment, and I took down the videos. However, I kept working more than 4 remote jobs. I knew my manager would regularly consume the content I was publishing online, so he figured he could not control me, since he knew I had or have a big mouth. You got a big mouth. Big mouth. Mouth almighty. He did not want to run the risk of me publicly bad-mouthing him in the event he had to let me go. Hence, he hired another marketer that would become my supervisor. I met with this man personally in Manhattan. He showed me how he drove 200,000 views to an AOL article by cross-linking magazines. Light work, a lot easier work than I was executing, but working for major corporations is sometimes more about obedience than execution. Remember that. Most people get laid off or fired because of their personality rather than technical skill. My new manager wanted me to spill the loosies. He wanted me to teach him everything I knew about marketing articles on social media. He also wanted me to personally come into the office once a week. That's a deal breaker. Muerto. I told him I would need some time because my schedule was already booked with peripheral obligations and other tasks I could only complete working remotely. I could only come in occasionally every week. However, if he gave me a couple of weeks, I would squeeze in an in-person day at the office, maybe. I managed to stall long enough until my contract with AOL was up for renewal on January 1st, 2011. On the low end, I made AOL hundreds of thousands of dollars during my 6-month stay. That doesn't include revenue from the residual traffic they enjoyed from my campaigns for years thereafter. Remember, those links stay up for the life of the website that publishes them. Although I drove millions of unique visitors to AOL properties, they wanted someone who could work in-house with a higher primary commitment to the media giant. Someone who wanted to climb the corporate ladder. That's not me. I'm in Spider-Man PJs right now. I'm more of a hired gat. I'm a yoga pants hitman. That said, they did not renew, but I still had a book of business with my other remote jobs, and my company continued to grow and flourish. Let me know if you want to know how. Watch the video you see on the screen right now.